So let's talk about the problems with manifestation and the secret and stuff like that.
Necronomicon is coming.
So to start off my little discussion on this issue, I'm just going to say that you can't have something just because you have a positive attitude and just because you want it. And this goes along with the people that basically think that if they just do a spell for something and they want something extremely bad, that they are going to have it. And this was inspired by a recent email, so let me just try to go through my thoughts on this issue. Um, so essentially, new age things today, like the secret or just the idea of manifestation, say that if you focus on what you want, then you are going to attract yourself to the right situations and the right things, and then eventually you're putting yourself on the path to get it because you're only telling yourself good things, you're only focusing on the positive in a situation, and ultimately a positive attitude brings positive things. And I would like to disagree with that. So and it's a big thing in the new age stuff today where just think positive about stuff. The world is all sunshine, rainbows, unicorns, and friggin' sherbet. It's not, right? And I'm pretty sure that anybody that works with the necro can kind of see where I'm coming from with this, because essentially only focusing on the positive means that we are overlooking our flaws and overlooking roadblocks and overlooking subconscious sabotage and just other issues that we may have that don't allow us to get what we want. I mean, if you are prepping yourself up to say that, oh, I have this presentation that I have to give. I'm going to do good. 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 That's great to have that kind of attitude, but you also that's focusing on half of it. That's focusing on what you want. It's, you want a clean house, you have to put the effort in to clean your house. You want to be good at something, you have to train yourself to be good at something. Now, is it a good thing to have a positive attitude of, I'm going to be better at blank, so I'm going to learn how to be better at blank? I'm going to take a look at where I'm not that good at with blank, and I'm going to try to get better, rather than just, I want this, so I'm going to get it, and I'm just going to focus on being better at it. uh, Starting to see where I'm getting at with this here. Basically, you have to examine your negativity, maybe your fears towards a situation. Like, you might want this certain job, but you might actually be kind of afraid of the responsibilities of it. You want money, but you don't want to put in the ultimate effort to get that job, to get that money. You want a positive, awesome relationship, but you have not done enough healing with yourself and your own tendencies to understand where you play into any relationship that you have to make it negative. You might want, money, but you don't want to work for it. You might want this, but you're not willing to digest why you haven't gotten it for yourself already. Basically, it ignores all the work that you have to do on yourself to get better in order to, I guess you could say, deserve something. And the idea with manifestation completely overlooks the idea of acting in accord with what your intentions are and what your spell work is. It's essentially, it's kind of like ordering a pizza rather than making one. You want it so it shows up at the door, versus the effort in actually making one yourself. Which, by the way, making your own pizza or even buying one at the store and cooking it in your oven is way cheaper than actually ordering one. I mean, it's like half that price, at least with the way that I've noticed things. But um, basically, if you put the work into something, it comes faster than you just sitting around waiting for it to happen to you. Life doesn't happen to you, you make it happen. If you want something, magic is a way of supporting your efforts and building your confidence to saying, I've done the work, I deserve this, and everything, the particular spiritual system that I prescribe to, the deities or the energy or whatever, stop biting me, is backing me up on that. Whereas manifestation is more of a selfish idea of, as long as I have the right attitude, I can have whatever I want, rather than having to work for it. So this was actually even under 5 minutes, but I think that's essentially the gist that I have for it. I mean, essentially, you can't have something because you want it, and you gotta work for it. And if you are doing spells or just focusing on the positive and and the thing that you want hasn't happened to you yet, you need to examine why, rather than just throwing the baby out with the bathwater and being like, "Oh, this didn't work." If a car doesn't work, you don't just hope you don't just throw the car away. You have to take it to the mechanic and figure out why it's not working. You don't just say, "Oh, this car sucks." You have to figure out why it's not working. So, does that make sense? Let me know down in the comments. Check out any of my other videos for general magic stuff, working with the Simon Necronomicon, and even some of the random videos that I'm starting to put up, like the EVP one that I put up last time. So, let me know what you think, and good hunting.